Somebody they steal and somebody they buy. Somebody they see, but the same person is bad. Now every day I tell you this. 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 Now every day I tell you this.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hands for the real authority. Then it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, going deep and deeper. Put in thought to each key.
good morning, folks, and welcome to the program from the Pre-News. This beautiful and lovely Tuesday, the first day in the month of July, and the year stands at 2025. Wherever you are, however you are listening, I'd like to welcome you to this edition of the program from the Pre-News, brought to you through the kind courtesy of Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Oro Smart Road Junction, and Crams Tupper, Liberia. Well, folks, I'm here this morning. I'm your lone presenter, and today's edition will be playing host to Mr. Patrick Moore. Patrick Moore hails from District number 16, that's the borough of Newport Town, and we're going to be talking Newcastle today. So all of you from Newcastle listening, well, it's a good thing for you to keep your radar dial fixed because we will have in our studio following our headlines Mr. Patrick Moore, who is from District number 16. And today we'll be talking the borough. We'll be talking Newcastle today. That's why we invited Patrick Moore to, discuss the borough. So, folks, let's welcome all of you once again to this edition of the program. So, we'll take few headlines from the front page Africa newspaper, and following that, we will go straight up to our studio guests. But let me do a happy birthday treat for you, Edmund. Edmund, today is your birthday. Edmund is a friend to our radio director here at Freedom, and he celebrates his birthday today. So we say happy birthday to you, Edmund. And my son, Wendell Nimna Jr., will be celebrating his birthday, his 23rd birthday, on the 5th of July. All right. That's my last son. The last. What the crew people say, by way, he will be celebrating on the 5th of July, his 23rd birthday. All right. So, folks, let's get to the front page Africa online version. And before me here is this story. Says Boaka's nomination of Justice Wisse as Chief Justice draws mixed reactions. And it says here merit based or political payback is a question mark to this caption. President Joseph Boaka has nominated Associate Justice Nyama Kwekwebese as Liberia's next Chief Justice, following the statutory retirement of Chief Justice CIA Yene Kaipe Yo, who turned 70 last week. Under Article 72B of the 1986 Constitution, justices are required to retire at that age. The nomination, announced by the Executive Mansion on Monday, is now pending confirmation by the Liberian Senate. In a statement, the Executive Mansion described Wisse as a distinguished jurist whose nomination reflects continuity and integrity in Liberia's highest court. President Boaka praised the Associate Justice for his exemplary integrity, profound legal acumen, and commitment to upholding the rule of law and the Constitution. According to the president, Justice Wisse's elevation is consistent with the administration's goal to maintain stability and trust within the judicial system. Justice Wisse brings a long and diverse career in law and public service. Born on May 3, 1959 in Ganta City, Nema County, he graduated from high school in Saniquile in 1979. He went on to earn a B certificate in language arts and social studies from the Kakata Rural Teachers Training Institute. He later obtained a Bachelor of Arts in history and public administration from the University of Liberia, followed by a law degree LLB from the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law in 1998. He became a member of the Supreme Court Bar in 2002. Over the years, Justice Wesley served in several key public sector roles, including legal counsel at the Ministry of Labor and the National Elections Commission, director at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, NASCOP, and legal consultant at the Ministry of Justice. In 2015, he was appointed as a relieving judge and ultimately rose to Associate Justice in October 2022. Despite the accolades from the presidency, Justice Wiss's nomination has drawn sharp criticism from some legal experts and political observers who fear the executive may be seeking to tighten its grip over the judiciary. A veteran Liberian lawyer told Front Page Africa that the frequency of Supreme Court nominations, three appointments in under 2 years, is cause for concern. These appointments are meant for the executive to have control on the bench, the lawyer argued. Yama has experience as a justice, but he is not firm on decisions. His recent dissent in the Capitol Hill case is proof that his independence may be questionable. That case, decided on December 6, 2024, saw the Supreme Court rule that actions of the Richard Cohn-led bloc in the House of Representatives were unconstitutional. Justice Wisse was the lone dissenter when the now resigned Speaker J. Fonati Kofa sought clarity via a bill of information. Critics of the nomination view this dissent not as evidence of independence, but as a strategic alignment with the executive interests. The same lawyer pointed to Justice Wesse Nima roots as a potential political calculation. His Nima connection could make him more favorable to the current administration's agenda. Meanwhile, multiple sources have confirmed that Grand Cape County resident George Usman Fika is expected to be nominated as Wesse's replacement as Associate Justice. Fika, currently the Vice President of the National Trial Judges Association, is widely respected in legal cycles for his sharp legal mind and balanced jurisprudence. However, his expected appointment has also sparked conversation regarding the evolving composition of the Supreme Court. One legal analyst told Front Page Africa, it is a good sign for the judiciary that judges are being elevated from within rather than pulling in outsiders. However, the moment such appointments become too politically aligned, those same strengths can become vulnerabilities. Should both nominations proceed, the current gender and regional balance of the court will be significantly altered. The departure of Chief Justice Yo, one of the three female justices, alongside Justices James Eto, Howard Wolokoli, and Sienna D. Clinton Johnson, will mark a regression from a female majority bench to a male dominated one. Moreover, the previous Southeast heavy makeup with justices from Maryland, Rivers, and Grand Jita will give way to a more diversified regional mix, bringing Nima back into prominence at the helm of the judiciary. The nomination has also stirred fierce debate on social media and among political cycles. Randall Dubayu II, a ranking member of the opposition coalition for democratic change, did not mince his words. The youngest and least experienced of all the justices, but GMB took him because he was hired to give a dissenting opinion on the Kofa case. Is this too a rescue tool? Wow, Dubai posted on Facebook suggesting the nomination is a political reward rather than a merit based decision. In contrast, others have offered prayerful hope and encouragement. A Liberian citizen, Derek Bidell, offered words of caution and spiritual support. Your nomination by the president of Liberia does not mean that you should give into his will because you are going to be there for the Liberian people's interests, not an individual. Please, please, and please, may God Almighty lead you, direct, and give you wisdom to work in the interest of the people and the country in Jesus' name. All right, so folks, that's it. The president of the Republic of Liberia has nominated Nyama Gbese as Chief Justice. I'm telling you, this too is Liberia. But let's get to more stories. We're taking stories from the online version of the front page Africa newspaper. All right, let's get to more stories. All right. So let's okay, this is not okay, let's get this story. Gonet Academy denies wrongdoing, reaffirms commitment to compliance amid NCHE scrutiny. All right, we can take this last story and then we bring in our studio guests. The management of Gonet Academy, a leading institution in technical and vocational education in Liberia, has expressed shock and dismay over its inclusion on a list of institutions allegedly operating illegally, as released by the National Commission on Higher Education, NCHE, despite being in good standing with the Ministry of Education and the Agricultural and Industrial Training Bureau, which oversee technical and vocational education and training (TVET) programs. Gonet Academy strongly denied the NCHE's claims, maintaining that it operates within the bounds of the law. We operate legitimately and under hard earned dedication from the Ministry of Education and authorization of ARTB. We were shocked by the NCHE's announcement, as no formal communication engagement or audit was ever conducted with our institution before making such a public claim, the institution stated in a release. The NCHE recently launched a crackdown on what it described as substandard and illegal tertiary institutions, announcing the closure of 31 and the suspension of 22 others for violating accreditation standards. This is very much unfair. We have been operating legitimately in this country, and there is no way that we will want to do things out of the way. We are too responsible, knowledgeable, and vibrant to pretend not to do the right thing. We cannot hide from the government. Evidence can be seen in our tax payment records at the Liberia Revenue Authority, the release added. The NCHE's executive director, Dr. Edward Lama Wokoyo, said during a press briefing at the Ministry of Information that the closures follow a nationwide quality assurance audit and were necessary to safeguard the integrity of Liberia's education sector. Those schools are operating illegally and pose serious threat to the credibility of our education system, said Dr. Wokoyo. We are urging the public not to enroll in them. However, Gonet Academy pushed back, stating that it has been accredited and operating legally since 2022. The institution accused the NCHE of failing to exercise due diligence or provide prior communication before publishing its findings. How can the NCHE conduct a quality assurance audit without formally communicating to institutions to be audited? There is no evidence that the NCHE conducted a validation for the report before publishing it publicly. Our institution's high-earned credibility has been painted negatively, and it is extremely unfair. The statement continues, we wish to clarify and inform the public that Gonet Academy is a legally registered and accredited institution under Gonet Africa Incorporated, operating under the authorization of both the Ministry of Education and the Agricultural and Industrial Training Bureau. Gonet Africa Incorporated registered with the Liberia Business Registry. That's the Liberia Business Registry, is the parent institution of Gonet Academy. The Academy offers certificate and diploma programs in technical, vocational, and industrial relevant fields, categorized as pre-tertiary programs. Well, folks, I think we can stop here, and we are about to usher in our studio guests. So we will shortly be talking the borough of Newcretown. The man say he come and give us the history of Newcretown. So let's take word from let's take a few bars of our theme song as we usher in our studio guests.
wanna share something with all this something. What's the only difference? When chicken say, Koboli Oko, so I said, what's the difference? When chicken say, Koboli Oko, so I said,
Okay, folks, welcome back to our everyday activities. Before the break, we told you that we will be playing host to a scholar, a son of the borough of Newcretown, in person of Mr. Patrick Moore, a childhood friend and brother, a one-time classmate. He's here to talk about district number 16. So let's go straight up to our studio guest. Good morning to you, Mr. Moore.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Wendell Nimland. Thank you for the invite to your Uzi studio.
Your first time entering studio?
No, it is not my first time entering studio, but this studio, Freedom Communications Incorporated.
Okay, that's good to know that you are here this morning, and we are about to talk the Borough Talk. So how's been? How you been anyway? How's life? How's everything? How's the rescue regime going?
The rescue regime is a haunting regime. It's a regime that is not tolerant, that does not, accommodate, dissenting views. They go after you. I work at a Capitol building, and then during the impasse, all of those clerical staffs abandoned the chamber, and somebody recommended me, and the speaker sent for me, and then asked me to serve as acting chief clerk, and then started taking instructions from the speaker. Then Honorable Councillor J. Kofa, and based on my working, the other group, now they are legitimate, suspended me on February 3rd with all pay up to now.
Okay, we'll talk about let's save that discussion for another day.
Right.
We actually invited you here to talk about the borough of Newcretown, because a lot of people that live within the borough, they don't know the history of the borough. So can you drive us through? Just give us the historicity of the borough, then we can get the ball rolling from there.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm here in the capacity as chairman of the nominating district citizens of the borough of Crewtown. The nominating district citizens of the borough of Crewtown, CBNDC.
So what's the function of the nominating citizens of the borough?
Our function is to advocate on behalf of the elders and also the borough citizens about the bad doings, and also government trying to take our rights away from us, and then that's why we organize ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's know about the borough, because that's your the reason you are here. So tell us about the borough.
Thank you very much. The historicity of the acquisition of the borough of Crewtown. The Mills and Budget expedition in 1818 had made it favorable to wait the purchase of land at Sierra Leone for the settlers. The crews were fishermen, stevedores, and sailors, and we are still doing that. And they used to go to Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Senegal, all the coastal countries to work on board those sail ships. At that time, ships were not built with iron. Yeah. Whenever the fishermen go on the sea to fishing, they used to go deep sea. And when they go deep sea, they can see all that is going on where the ships are going. They would come and tell their brothers about the good news. And we saw a cargo ship going to Sierra Leone. We saw a cargo ship going to Ghana. We saw a cargo ship going to Cameroon. And then their brothers would take their canoes and go there to work. So this time, they used to go to Sierra Leone. The other group used to go to Sierra Leone. At that time, Liberia was the Green Coast, where Centro de Petro, the Portuguese were the one that exploded this place, the Green Coast, for the Marigata pepper. But the crew, they lived along the coastal belt. So they were the first that started interacting with the Portuguese or the slaves buyers. So on their way from Sierra Leone, whenever they're going, they will see the settlers on Chevron Island. On their way going, they will be fishing. And when they reach there, they will share some fish with them. Coming by, they will be fishing, share some fish with them. So when the pestilence hit those settlers on the island, our people on their way back to the Green Coast, which is present-day Liberia, the settlers asked them, where we are now, we are between life and death. Can we follow you guys to where you people from? And our people said, no problem. The leader was an old man called Wanatawe. He said, okay. And it took them over 12 canoes. And they brought the settlers to the two islands, now Providence Island. And they called the other tribal people, the Gola, the Dane, the Basso, and introduced the settlers. So we got strangers. When the second batch of settlers heard it, they came directly to the two islands, which is Providence Island. They started living there. And then when they were getting populated, they asked the chiefs, the tribal chiefs, to allow them to cross and settle at the waterfront, now called Waterside. And our people agreed. And they started living there. And they were using the Kru people to explore their settlements. They were using the Kru people canoes as a means of transportation. Our people carried them, and then they explored their settlement. They started living there. And intermarriages started going on. Even the transporting of their goods through their various ports, like the Duport. Now we have Duporo. Yeah. It was the Kru canoes that they used to use. And that afforded them, based on our people's generosity and help and friendship with them, they afforded the settlers to have established a government, to establish a country now called Liberia. After the establishment of Liberia, they called the Kru chiefs and the elders. They said, for your generosity, now we are a nation of our own. What can we do for you people? And our people say, we want our own control. So, oh, so you mean a borough status? At that time, our people already knew about borough. It was then in Moravian. So they said, okay. They gave our people the status. They prepared a document, and the document were on the president desk. In 1916, Barclay, when he took over, he saw the document. He said the document must be sent to the legislature for enactment to give these people their status, the borough status. And the document were forwarded to the legislature. It was a bicameral legislature. On Ashmont Street, that little building now called the how do you call this? The archive was the legislature. And it was the same building the president was using. So when they enacted it on January 29, they told our people, you will now have a representation in the House. But for now, your position will be to observe and learn how we propose issue in the House. So our people send somebody there to be an observer. At the time, the borough stretches from Johansen to present to Bishop Brooks, now present day capital bypass, PHP auto areas. That's why when you go to PHP, majority of the people living there are crew dominants. Even when you go to Perry Street,
Yeah.
majority of them, you go up to Duko Way. So our people started living within the city of Monrovia. The borough is a segment, a large segment of a city with a representation in the parliament or the legislature. So some of the people that serve as representative of the borough were Samuel Nelson, father,
J. Samuel Nelson, the former president of
Richie A. Herrings. As I learned, he had a crew background. His mother, even the old man called J. Macklin Wiese, his father from Grand Crew County, Pygmies. So it is how our people were living there. Now, during the administration of William V. Stutman, during the World War II,
the man is driving us through like people. Look, I want you to listen. A new thing we're discussing here. So this man is driving us through, giving him all of the time to explain to us, to give us the history about the borough, the only borough in the Republic of Liberia
in Africa. The borough of Crew Town is the only borough in Africa. Now they want to relegate it. And we will not sit here for it to be relegated. During the World War II, the American came and asked the Liberian government that they want to build an airport for their warplanes. The government said, okay, the government gave them a portion of land in Marshall. And they constructed the Rabat International Airport. That airport was a military base airport. On this island, it was the first place they were using. The Bali Island, their planes, the military planes they were using used to land on the water. If you go to the island now and you take a stroke or search, you will find some wreckage of tactical jeeps, American tactical jeeps. So when they constructed the airport, they said the airport is not enough. We need a port for our naval vessels. So, Mr. President and government of Liberia, can you give us the racks, the place now called Rock Russia or Johansen, where they have the Methodist Church,
Georgia Patton. That's my church.
Yeah,
my birth church.
Very good. By birth, I'm a Methodist, and by maturity, I'm a Baptist now.
Patrick.
Yeah. So, someone say, okay, I will talk to my crew people. He called them. He talked to them. Our people said, but then where are we going to go? West Point was the fisherman town. You know, the crew people, they are jolly people. When the guys go on the sea and kill the Nample, the Jokufa, the Fokwo, they, the baby fish, they will be playing. They will be playing, jubilating. So he used to disturb the presidency too. So when the people asked, the president and the government, they were happy that our people be relocated. So the president called the crew people, the elders, the chiefs, for relocation. The crew have 24 sections. The crew, they have 24 sections.
Yeah.
So our people went there. They talked to our people. The people want to use the racks. Our people said they gave a place. The first place they sent them was to ELWA. Our people sent an assessment team there. The team went there. The tasks were very hard. There was no way to push your canoe and get on the sea. They came back. They said, no, that place is not conducive for us. The government said, okay, then you take the entire Ghanaville belt. They sent people there for assessment. The guys came by, they told the chiefs, no river to connect us to the sea. Say, wow. So Mr. President would make our living through the sea. So, okay. But then across the river there, from Missouri River to St. Paul River, from the Stockton Creek to the Atlantic Ocean, you're the crew people, you take that place. But it will not be free. You will pay for it. Government will buy the place, but you people will pay back to government. And our people agree. At that time, our people have their brothers all over the world. You go to Great Britain, in London, they got a crew community. The stadium Wembley, the crew name. Wembley, the same way you got Wembley. The crew name. So the crew people, they are all over. Do you know that Didier Drogba is a crewman?
You telling me?
Didier Drogba is a crewman, an Ivorian crew. So the send our people. Then Todman said it was in the year 1946 to 48. They went and repealed and amended the act that created the borough of Cruton to the borough of New Cruton. So when our people cross, they settle to that Vartan Bell. They used to call that place Girepokro. Betu town. Girepo mean Betu. And they went and planted their cotton tree. And let me tell you a mystery when they were in Central Monrovia.
I'm giving you all of the time so that we can learn from you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that some of the things you are saying relative to our tribe, I'm not aware.
Okay.
All right. So when you talk about Jirepo, we know that Betu.
Yeah.
And my mother is a Betu woman.
Very good.
All right. That's the tribe she comes from.
That's good.
All right. So go ahead.
The mystery about the Betu people, when our people were living in Central Monrovia, up the rock crusher, water business was tough for them. So they sent emissaries back home to Betu to get water. And they planted the kinja. And they put the water in the kinja, put it in a canoe, and brought it and planted out water. The water they planted, it started flowing. People started drinking it. The white guys that were here that used to ride their houses, you used to carry their houses there to drink. As a result, that water name was changed to So Niwi. But now when you ask the other travel group, the Basel people will say different thing. The Basel and the Grebo, they were with us. At that time, it was 8 nominating districts. So when the Basel and the Grebo left, it reduced to what? 6 nominating districts. So when our people went to, when they crossed now, when they got that place, let me get it right. People were living here. People were living on the Bourgeois Island, the Gola and the Dane, and some of our people, and Basso people. Back in Peterstown, Basso people were living there. But government bought a place from those who took the Bourgeois Island as their farm to give it to the Kru people to repay. So our people moved and they were living there. Then a white missionary woman by the name of Clara, she came and built a Methodist church. Later on, she started a school.
Where was this church built? This Methodist church?
Claratown. Claratown is named after that Methodist missionary Clara. And then started encroaching on the land. Our people got vexed. Confusion came about. President Tubman Hore sent for Esturi Nangwe and told him, Nangwe, you are a Methodist church man, and the Methodist church and your Kru people, they are in problem. You got to settle it. Nangwe came and tried to settle it. President Tubman came and told them about Kru people, what wrong with you people? We gave you the entire Bourgeois Island. That is small place you people want for over here. Man, you move forward, man. It is how they started moving. And then Ome Jibla, he said, I'm not going nowhere. There is my own town called Gibraltar. Not Gibraltar. It's Gibraltar.
Jipra. So Kru name.
Kru name, Gibraltar place. It started moving. When it got around Jamaica Road area, Ome Seyon say, I think
Seyon Cummins.
Not Seyon Cummins.
Who Seyon was that?
Another Seyon.
Okay.
You say, I don't think I'm moving further. He established his town. Seyon town. Moving forward.
Looking blay.
Women Blamon say,
Blamontan.
I'm establishing my own town too. Blamon town. And the people started extending. While the Kru people were living in that area, an American Liberian were living there, who took siege of bulk of the land. But they knew looking. So looking name, very Blamon name. Only small portion is referred to as
Blamo town.
When our people cross, they came further where LEC is. When they look on the left, they saw the sand, the palm trees. They started jubilating. They said, but we're wasting our time. They see, they move forward to Peble, Lagoon Way there. They saw the river, St. Paul River, and they were very happy. At that time, who was leading them? It was old man Nakre, Papa Nakre. And the port, when the port was constructed, the port used to pay taxes to our people. When vessel come, tickets will go to the governor. Governor will select how many persons are supposed to go work on bowl of the ship. People fishing, certain season, there are certain fish you don't kill. You do that, it will find you.
I know, Mr. I'm sorry, Mr. Moore, that it will not leave from here today because the borough issue is a long discussion. But let's talk a little bit. Let's come to the reduction part. All right. Why is the borough? Because according to you, the entire Bourgeois Island was given to the crew people. So why is the borough being reduced? From Five Town to Bong Mines Bridge, St. Paul Bridge.
Thank you very much. When you and myself were kids, when we used to go to talent show at Rock, were people living to the place they call Do Community?
Can't remember people living.
Put all your feet, your thinking cap. There was nobody living there. The only place we knew was Terminal Island.
Yeah. Jimmy Ringo.
Now, the reduction of the borough came about through an executive order from Charles Gange Taylor. Taylor felt within himself that the crew people will be economically potent and strong if the borough mixed and bound continue from Mosurado River to St. Paul River, from the Stratton Creek to the Atlantic Ocean. So he issued an executive order that the borough starts from Bonman's Bridge to St. Paul's Bridge. But you have elapsed since the act that created the borough state stands.
The 1916 Act?
Yes. The 1916 Act was repealed in 1946. Between there, it was repealed when all people cross. So the act still stands. Now, the local government act, want to relegate the borough. And the act, chapter 2, contradicts itself. The act.
Can you please read it for us if you have it there so that our folks who are listening can
the
have
act,
it?
chapter 2.16c, it states, other cities, township, and boroughs. It says existing cities other than the national and county capitals and townships and boroughs shall continue to enjoy their legal status under this act. However, the minister responsible for local government shall report to the legislature on the status of each such city, township, and borough 7 years following the passage of this act for the purpose of reaffirmation. Cities that will not meet the criteria set in this act shall be relegated to a town status. The structure of the borough, we have the 6 nominating district. And the 6 nominating district is comprised of 24 subsections of the crew. And from the 24 subsections of the crew, 6 elders have been selected to serve as member of the borough, the governor council. Now this act is saying they should be dissolved and communities should select people to serve as council members. And they will be making decisions. They will make the local, laws, the municipal laws, this, that. And that is not fair to we the crew people. Our people did not get this place the borough on silver platter. They wait for it. And the people that established this country, they knew the effort they applied. That's why we were giving the borough status. It is our inheritance, fought for by our forefathers. So we must protect it. So that's why I applaud the proponents at the legislature for the repeal and amendment of the 2018 Local Government Act. But I'm hearing some, how do you call them? Human rights, I know, other organization condemning it, this, that. People that don't know the historicity of the borough, when you are saying it, the other tribal guys, you will say, so only this, that. And the crew people, only crewmen will become governor here, this. Yes, only crewmen. But when you want to be representative, fine. You can be representative from different tribes. But try it whether it will work. Others try it, it don't work. If you don't get a crew background. But
there are other tribes. There are other tribes. Let's agree that the place is New Crew Town, the borough. Mm-hmm. But there are other tribes that live there and born their children there, and they grew up there, went to school, and did everything there. Don't they have the right to be governor?
No, the act does not say so.
Mm.
The act says only
crew.
But to become representative, you can be. That's why Richard Herring became representative of the borough of Crew Town. You can be. To become representative, you can be.
So no other tribe supposed to be crew governor.
You can be crew governor because when we go to our meeting, when the governor is presiding, he changed his tone. You want to speak? You want to speak crew to preside? Yeah. So that one we are calling on our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, our big brothers like Manendo, and the others that can remember.
But Mr. Mo, let's talk a little bit about the commerce of the borough. All right, there are businesses operating within the borough.
Yeah.
And they pay taxes to the national government, not the borough. Why?
Well, the reason is that those who are in power at the borough level, they are not exerting their power. Apparently, they don't know.
So, are you telling us that the current governor, Robert here, does not know his function?
No, I'm not talking about Robert here. I'm talking about the past governors.
Okay, the past
governors. They
governors.
used to take that place to just be a travel thing. All right? By right, the borough should have our own police, our own revenue collectors to lay there, taxes for the development of the borough. But right when the governor is moving, let people know that a governor is coming. A governor position is not a big position. Go to Nigeria. Or you go to America, the borough of Queens, Manhattan. When the governor is moving, you know that there is a governor. There is the only borough we have in Africa. And people are fighting to relegate it to township status. That which is wrong. And I would like to call on Senator Chie, Senator Creighton Duncan, because I can remember Creighton Duncan was living in a borough when we were kids. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We caught it on all the crew guys, all the crews that hail from Riverses, that hail from Sando County, and Grand Crew. You should remember that the borough is Grand Crew away from Grand Crew. The borough is Sino away from Sino. The borough is Riverses away from Riverses. So you as a lawmaker, if you sit there and the borough is relegated, The next thing they will do is to relegate your counties. So the borough, we don't have to sit here to allow such thing to happen. The borough has everything. We have supermarkets, we have military base, we have the bourgeois plant, we have hospital. What else you think we're supposed to have? We meet the criteria. Our local government structure of the borough should stay. Nobody should tamper with it. So you want to tell me the settlers did not know what they were doing? The people live with women. They were taught, trained. And they came and established a government based on the gesture of our people. They gave us that status.
Oh, folks, he's the man from the 8th, that's the sixth nominating district, citizen of the borough of Newcretown, Mr. Patrick Moore, giving us history about the borough. And shortly, we'll go to the phone lines to hear from you. Those of you watching us, you can also drop your comments. You have a question, you have a concern for our studio guests, please, you can drop your comments. We'll read it out for you. If you have a question, like I said, you can also drop it there to Mr. Moore. He's going to have the time to answer all of your concern. So let's divert a little bit. All right. You are from the opposition bloc.
Wow.
I know you are a member of the Alternative National Congress, the ANC. Let me give you some time to speak on the current state of affairs in our country. Mr. Moore.
Yeah.
What do you make of the Bouakai administration since its inception?
Well, Deacon Bouakai is my church brother. I am a member of the Provident Baptist Association, and he is a member of the Provident Baptist Association. But I can recall seeing him in the PBA meeting. We Baptists, we believe in democracy. That's why in a Baptist church, we have no bishop. The congregation elect the pastor for a term, and the deacons serve as the legislators. The deacon decide the benefit of the pastor. So, from the time the old man came into power, for me, I knew it when we were in opposition.
What you knew?
In the CPP. In the CPP, I knew things were not going to be right. In the CPP, the way they were behaving, that caused the break apart of the CPP. I knew things were not going to be right. This government is not proceeding rightly. Selective justice. Okay? The government is selective in everything she's doing, which is wrong. Meaning, if ANC comes to power too, should ANC do selective justice? We don't believe in that. We know them. They are cracking down on seditions to dismantle the party, because they have never met stiff resistance from the opposition. So they are sealing well.
So why aren't you in support of your Baptist deacon?
My political party is different. We share the same denomination. But by politics, we are different. Even my party chairman and Deacon Boakat are in the same church. My party chairman, Councilor Lavia Iogu, they are in the same church. He's from Effort Baptist Church. And President Boakat is from the same church, Effort. So by politics, everybody have their own way to go. They have their own belief.
All right, so folks, we've been going here and there talking about the borough, and we are about to go to the phone lines. We want those of you listening to make your input, most especially if you are from the borough of Newcastle. You listen to the brother elaborate on the current state of affairs, relative to the borough. You can make your contribution, and the numbers to call are 0776 104 104 0886 500 104, and the female line is 0770297016. The WhatsApp line is +231 886 500 104. Our studio guest is Mr. Patrick Moore. Well, if you have anything personal with Patrick, please don't use our platform to, wash your dirty clothes or whatever. All right. We will do everything to have our studio guests protected. So if you have anything personal, please let it not be on this platform. Let's speak to the issues that matter. Let's take our first caller. Hello. Yeah, welcome to the show. Let's hear your name and where you calling from. All right. Thank you.
This morning, let me appreciate you for the platform, but I have an opposing view on your student when you talk about this justice coming from the Boakat government. I think that you're not doing right to the Boakat government because Boakat government is not just getting justice. They are going after all sectors, even ruling the non-opposition. They are coming after all those who have been costing the white judge. So because on the record thing is that you see this man on the having water, then it just go on. So I think that President Boakat is doing extremely well when it comes to the fight against corruption. It's not to get the job. And then lastly, and the issue of the forum, I think that he's doing I must start with you on this side because the forum is the only thing and the thing in the focus of the law. I think that we need to bring up our working for the country of forum and then everything has to volunteer is extremely well done.
So sorry.
Then right now, the first time you look at the forum is the duty is what you actually it's all in the federal offices and then you do extremely well. It's one of the things that people can not like yet. There's certain labor person worker when it comes to the forum is construction.
Thank you, Siapo. Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Jerry Blofine, and I do join you from my capital meeting office.
Let's hear you, Jerry. 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm an employee in the institute for the Administrative of Liberia. I think we do believe today we know how the borough of Cooktown came about. So, we must send prayer to employing for an FOB institute.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's an applaud for you. Let's talk to you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Winner.
Morning. The man Sabu Rasta, right?
Well, I'm not thank you for the revelation. But to the public, there is a board of Sabu Rasta phone in from the great borough of Nicotar to this activity this morning in Zimbabwe. But let me say good morning to Brother Patrick. Patrick, good morning.
Not bad,
Patrick,
bro.
Patrick.
Yeah.
That's Friday.
And then we were on the AW.
Mhm.
They actually established the borough. They say when you not cool man, when you put a man, you never got no man. Let me talk in borough politics. That's not governor. When you not when you're not living within the confines of the borough, they actually want to put a more point in the borough. I'm going to suffer for this year. This year I'm going to go by the royal. No, so when you put a man, please forget about all but thank you, but always bringing people on the show to educate our people. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sabu Rasta. Thank you for your contribution. Let's talk to this person. We'll get to the comment section. We'll read out all the comments. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is Mohammed Johnson from Canada. And President of Local Council.
Yep.
Mr. Boateng is not keeping our relation out. He is doing things to do. According to something that Mr. Boateng is doing well, I will tell you don't honor that on other side. Don't you see that, sentiment of Boateng. Boateng is domiciled nature, and you guys are
line. I'll take you after this caller.
of corruption. It is something in the country.
Okay, I think that's the caller of view. Let's respect everyone for their view. Let's talk to Rebecca Sayan from the United States. Welcome to the show, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Brother Winner, and happy new month.
Same to
God
you.
glory for another new month.
Amen.
It comes with grace and protection.
Amen.
I want to say thanks, Brother Winner, for the show, and to our brother in studio. You know, I was laying down here this morning, 6 o'clock this morning, laying down here and following the show, listening to the historic of our great borough. You know, the only thing that make me a lot of years when I wanted to go in, right?
Mhm.
But I shed tears
because
when someone was coming up, let's say in the ending part of the 80s and then getting to the 90s, let's say the borough of Nikuta that I knew, some of us saw. The borough is no more the borough.
I'm telling you.
I remember in 1998 when I finally moved to Morovia from Buchanan to live in Morovia, because I was in Morovia before, and I left. I went to Buchanan, spent a few years, and I came back 98, and I moved in the borough. I lived in the CJC yard from there, then I moved behind Sanoba. I was living in Cherenyon yard.
Well, Mundroboti.
Yes, yeah. I think there's some family, the Tour family or something,
Yeah, the Tour family, right?
Yeah, that school, my two little boys that in Liberia now, Israel and Joseph, they went to that school. Yeah, they led and Mother Blade and I were neighbors.
Yeah, Mother Blade. Yeah.
Over there is where we used to pull our copa.
Yeah, man.
And have fun. You know what I'm talking about, Wendell? But they let that go make me. I traveled to the States and I went back to Liberia. I entered the borough. I shed tears. Our borough is no more the borough.
Yeah.
So then when I said here, and when you were explaining, I said, okay, we are still living with the young people, hearing the history. What can we do to bring the borough back? That's the only thing that running through my head. That was the reason why I go on this show.
Okay.
Our borough attend to something else, man. When they are.
Okay,
That
Becky.
borough where in the evening hour, before I can leave in the evening hour when you get to, there's a little place somewhere where I got to get your church. I walk up and then you used to sit down there, they tie their lapa.
Oh, that Babiata. That Babiata.
Yeah, they play that little loot, they play the lulus and things.
Yeah.
And the argument is going on. Then we just stand behind them and you're watching them and listening to them. You know, they give you some stories when they were young and all the things. It's not happening in the borough. But Brother, thank you so much, man, for taking some of us back. Yeah, thank you so much for the show. Thanks, Winner.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Let's uh, uh, Chris, please come and give me some helping hand. Chris, if you're out there, please come and give me some helping hand. All right, let me get to the comments. We'll come back and take calls. Chris, I just tripped on something here. Please help me up. Okay, okay. So we're about to read the comments, but let me just uh, s- get to this caller. All right. So again, you can call those of you listening. Let me talk to this person before we go to the comments. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. How are you?
Welcome to the human.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chris. Can you minimize it for us?
This is Diesel Camara calling from a place of work. Let me appreciate to get I think the first of July will be a remarkable day for me.
Why?
I started my radio listening to all the history of the coup. To give back another person tomorrow to make they know how the coup people want. They are coming for our country and failure. We want to be this country. But when he was to the politics, I think him on his only and you are honest. You got to see our old parties before the day with the country. We don't know where our country is really. And so called they said that the president is doing it right. Is it a right? Do you know how many people in the comments are killing that matter anything on the yellow machine who can't fall and hold like people saying they bring the yellow machine is the machine out there, bro. Isn't it? Why is that? He spent 2 weeks with a bad president.
Okay.
No yellow machine coming and there will never be a yellow machine. Think about the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's time to get to the comments. Let's read the comments. Folks, we don't have luxury of time. I think just 5 more minutes we've got to be here. So let's quickly run to the comments and read them out for you. All right. So we have, it says Nathan Pace says, good morning, Freedom FM. I'm watching from Nizo Community, Mobile Besa, watching from Philadelphia, the United States of America. We have Jeremiah Solomon says, watching from 24th Street, my 24th Street office. Uncle Nooch says, good morning, Freedom Family. My name is Nooch M. Kanyo. I'm watching you from Chicken Soup Factory, Zenkiam community. Marcos Gompu Pekin says, follow you from Ganta City. Vinicius Jr. Bar watching from Newcrow Town. Henry Tito Jr. says, good morning. I am watching you from my residence in Caldwell. Thanks for the update to our country, Mama Liberia. And we have Gabriel Ma. Gabriel Ma said, Mr. Nimner, please feature Mr. Patrick Moore in your next program. I think he is well versed when it comes to the history of the borough, Newcrow Town. Another personality should endeavor on your is Honorable Madam Mary Taino Bro. She knows family, regional, Liberian wise, national history. And we also have national history. The public won't regret having her on your show, Gabriel Marsinian. All right. And Teddy A. Glido says, I'm watching you from Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. All right. So, folks, Patrick, we don't have time. So, at least you can take 2 minutes and then just respond to some of the callers. And then you give us your parting comments.
Well, what the issue of the government fighting corruption, the reason why I say the government action is selective is that those who have been suspended, investigated and suspended should have been prosecuted. Should have been prosecuted and remanded beyond bars. Okay? Just because they are from Unity Party, so you let it in out of the hook. That's why it is selective. I applaud him. Fighting corruption is good. So has to set precedents that people coming to government will not have the mindset that they are going to pocket the people money for the benefit of their family. So on the issue of our borough, the borough is our inheritance. If you know that you are from a crew background, you are a crewman, crew woman, the borough is our inheritance. Our people, they work hard for it. They don't get it on silver platter. You know, crewmen, when you learn, you learn. When crewmen say, I'm going for this, they go for it. When crewman is your friend, he is your friend. When crewmen say, I forgive you, he forgive you. So thank you to my listeners, to my colleagues in Douala from the Intellectual Forum Kukatono. They said they were going to critique me after I gave them brief synopsis of the historicity of the borough. I know that they are understanding now and they get the lesson. The borough is my inheritance, and my brother in Grand Crew, Sino Rivers is our inheritance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick Moore. He's a childhood friend and brother. We one time shared the same class. It was nice. Yeah, it was nice having you here this beautiful and lovely Tuesday, the first day in the month of July.
Thank you.
And we hope we will have the time one of these days to have you back here so we can talk a lot more about the borough. So I want to say thanks to all of you. Thanks to our sponsor, Crime Stopper Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store, and Mayuba and Sons. We'll be here tomorrow with the midweek presentation. Until then, do have a pleasant Tuesday.